Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
What's up, everybody? We are back kicking it stateside. Another lovely Tuesday in New Jersey. Brian, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Good. You know, it's kind of a weird, show. We obviously we can kind of start with obviously everybody knows the news of the passing of Kobe Bryant. Later in the show, I guess we'll kind of get into. Some people might not know that he was actually a really big soccer fan.
Yes. Huge
From his
soccer
time living in Italy. He became an AC Milan fan, and he's actually become really good friends with a lot of big-name soccer stars in the world, such as, Ronaldinho, the Messis, Ronaldos of the world, We'll kind of dive a little bit more into, his impact on, not only in basketball, but, in the soccer world aspect as, Real Madrid had a moment of silence for him the other day. And Sergio Ramos, he came out in his practice gear with the Kobe Bryant USA jersey on.
Yeah, he always had a little bit of a Galaxy love, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame for all the people that were lost.
Absolutely.
And, we send out – I was sending stuff out on Twitter and things like that yesterday. And
Of course.
it sucks, man. He's an absolute icon. And with my age and living in this area, I was there all through his high school career and all the way. So
Lower
I've kinda,
Marion guy.
Yeah, I've kind of been around him my whole life, so it was kind of hit hard the other day.
Yeah,
But,
it's tough, and of course, everybody, sending prayers to obviously not just the Bryant family, but the families of the other victims that were involved as well. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, so kind of, I felt like the poll question maybe, paying somewhat tribute to him. Obviously, he's going to go down as one of the greatest of all times.
Yeah, he's definitely in the GOAT conversation.
Right.
Without a doubt.
I guess it would be, a good time to kind of throw that poll out there, and eventually we were going to put it up there. I mean, I basically said, Messi will go down as the GOAT. I mean, you could agree, disagree. You think, is it going to be him? Is it going to be Ronaldo? Is it going to be somebody like you think a Maradona of the past? Even Ronaldinho,
Pele.
like I said. Pele obviously was huge and a great player. But, so I figured I could tie that into, obviously, GOAT talk in the soccer world.
Cool.
Aside from that, we had a weekend of FA Cup games.
Yeah, we did. Kind of keep us going, in that little Prem lull, a lot of the Prem teams.
Yep.
And another one bites the dust, as we pretty much predicted could happen. So
Yeah, we kind of called that West Ham.
yeah.
Obviously, we discussed it on the last Tuesday show about our follower Ryan, who brought it up. Like, they have a pretty good chance looking at their schedule. And we said, West Brom, they're top 2 team in the championship. So we figured that was probably
Call that the trading places game.
It's
Is
like,
that going to be a possibility? West Ham's going to come down and West Brom will be up.
Yep.
It's looking that way. West Ham's got another tough test to get all the games level. They have their makeup game with Liverpool tomorrow. So
Yeah, that's
just doesn't get any easier for those
It's not-
guys.
It's not easy at all. But
Yeah.
we can kind of go down some of the Prem team games. I mean, there's a lot of draws too, so they're going to be replayed. What you said on the February 4th, right? Is the replays of most of the games.
Yeah.
So basically,
February 4th, there's one on the 5th.
right. So basically, if you guys, everybody out there doesn't know that The FA Cup is it's a tournament basically fit for literally every professional team in England. You can, the lowest of the National League teams
Yeah.
eventually play, and the Premier League teams recently got brought into it. And if you tie, you get to play again at the other. Whoever was home gets to go on the road.
Yes.
So the other team gets a shot.
The old
at
infamous replay.
the replay.
Yes. Now, if the replay is to end in a tie, then there will be some extra time and shootout to decide. But there was a surprising amount of replays, and a bunch of teams that we wouldn't expect to be in this situation have been forced to play this situation. So where we already talk about there's a lot of extra games, now we just added one more that they gotta play. So
unfortunately, and it was. We saw some. It's tight wins. We had Leicester, get a close win over Brentford in the championship. We saw Manchester City beat the hell out of Fulham.
Yeah, I was gonna say some of these games were close and some were just absolute.
And then the Manchester United Tranmere game. Unfortunately, the Tranmere Rovers in League One were the unfortunate
after their big
victims of
beat of Watford.
Yeah, they had to turn around then in a few days' time and go play another Prem team. So it's tough. That was a tough one for them.
It is. And then once all these replays are done, then we'll have the round 5 will take place in March.
Right.
2nd of March to the 5th.
5th.
So there's a few teams waiting in the wings. Some matchups are already set. Sheffield Wednesday is playing City. We were talking Reading and Cardiff. They have to play a replay.
Mm-hmm.
They will play Sheffield United.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea gets the lovely joy of awaiting the Shrewsbury Town and Liverpool victor. So you never know. It depends on what team
I'd say
Liverpool runs out there again. But I think
Liverpool U23s in that one.
I don't know. I feel like Klopp's going to make a statement now after they couldn't hold the lead with some of their actual starters there and coming off the bench. So maybe he comes out and tries to get up like 5-0 early and then rest there. I don't know what the move is going to be there.
Yeah, we'll talk about all that.
Yeah, man. West Brom, Newcastle, or Oxford, they have to play a replay.
Right on.
Coventry and Birmingham have to play a replay.
Mm-hmm.
Leicester gets them. Northampton and Derby.
Northampton Town, not Northampton, PA. Sorry,
yes.
guys.
Whoever wins that one gets United, which
Tough.
is phenomenal if we get to see Wayne Rooney get to play United one more time in his career.
His old squad.
Yeah, that would be
pretty cool.
That would be pretty awesome.
Especially, is it going to be at Old Trafford or?
Looks like Derby would actually get the home
interesting.
game, I believe. Yes. Southampton and Tottenham have to play another one. They've had some interesting matchups so far this year.
Yeah, it's a good, I guess, segue to talk about some of these. It was a definitely rotated side for the. Actually, the Saints went pretty much balls to the wall.
Yeah.
They threw out their pretty much A team.
Yeah.
Ralph was like, I want to win something here.
Yeah, why not? Because whoever wins this gets Norwich too, so that's a perfect opportunity.
Right.
So they're going to want to try and win that, and then the final one is it wasn't settled. It just got settled yesterday. Was the Portsmouth will play Arsenal after Arsenal beat up my other squad, Bournemouth.
The Pompey boys.
It was awesome to see that Arsenal team actually look pretty decent and play with the youth, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
what happens.
going with the youth.
It's amazing.
Yeah, going with the Chelsea youths movement maybe.
I'm loving the idea. That's where all the talent seems to be on this Arsenal team. So
yeah, I'd be excited if I was an Arsenal fan for sure. Hell yeah,
man.
But it was nothing. Again, we can kind of gloss over some of these more in depth. Also, since there is going to be transfer deadline day is on Thursday. The January transfer window in Europe will be closing.
Yeah, we're right up against it here.
Thursday, they'll pretty much all day in England and on Sky Sports and all those channels overseas, they'll have a huge show literally all day for transfer deadline. There's already a few that's been happening today.
Yes.
There's a lot yesterday, and it's definitely not going to be over. I'm sure we'll see something else pretty big. Maybe one or two left that is going to be like a real big impact. We saw Christian Eriksen, the Spurs midfielder. He's on his way to Inter Milan. We can kind of, later in the show, we'll talk more about that, his impact on going to Italy and what that means for Spurs, I guess, going forward. And what was the other one? A couple Arsenal ones, actually.
Yes.
Arsenal making some moves, shoring up some offense and some defense as well.
Yeah, it looks like there's a couple going down. So definitely defense, which is great. And then they're still up in the air on some other ones, but the one defensive one looks set in stone now. So the young Ukrainian kid coming over, guess he must have put on a pretty good show for his club when they played City in Champions League.
Right.
Arteta noticed, and now he's over. So to get a 23-year-old defender in a much-needed position for Arsenal, that's a good sign.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of things to come. So I saw some ties for Chelsea too. It looks like
Yeah, summertime ones, I think. Ben Chilwell.
that would be really nice.
They're
for
talking
you
about
guys.
grabbing him up in the summer from Leicester, and then they said this that Hakeem Ziyech,
Yeah.
I guess that's how you say it, from Ajax,
Yes.
was a possible
That
move.
Not till summer though.
Yeah.
Nothing gonna get done. By
I think they're going to keep the squad.
Yeah.
I think Frank's just going to say, hey, this is what we got.
Yeah.
Even though-
Ziyech would be a nice pickup for you guys.
He's a baller.
He's definitely a baller.
But, yeah, we can kind of get into more of that transfer talk later in the show, get more in depth with it. And it's almost like a transfer day show since,
Yeah.
granted, we have 2 days left. But this is kind of our way to let the people know.
I see the debacle of United is linked to Sanchez again.
They said they want him back
I know.
next year.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It's ridiculous.
After he's not even playing.
He's not even playing at Inter. They're doing good. That's how you know he's not playing. Is they're
Well,
actually doing
That
well.
says more to United, saying why the hell would we want him back?
And they're all for it.
Which is weird. I think his days are numbered in the Prem. I don't know why they would even have him back. Oh man, because he's not playing on the Inter team. We just said that Inter's been on a roll here,
Yeah, that Inter team's super hot.
and just getting more weapons with Christian Eriksen now in that midfield is like
him
geez.
and Lukaku could pair really nicely together.
I mean, are they the favorites for Europa League?
They might have. Depends on how soon this moving. They might have bumped up a little bit in Champions League too. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, they're out of
Definitely.
Champions League now.
Oh, they did. That's right.
Dortmund and Barcelona.
They did. They got the knock to you guys.
Mhm.
Forgot about that.
They blew
So,
that
yeah,
lead
they're-
against us.
Yeah,
That
so
kinda
they're
screwed 'em.
definitely the favorites in the Europa, without a doubt. With that move too, I think they probably were anyway. One of
Right. Yeah.
Arsenal always is because
They
they should.
usually make it pretty far.
They usually do.
Usually.
yeah, because they shouldn't
It's
even
the Europa
be
League
there.
men.
Yeah,
It's always Europa League. Hey, there's Arsenal right there.
yeah,
Fifth,
yeah.
fifth place.
We're coming.
But yeah, like Brian said, there was a bunch of FA Cup games. We had, again, the draw, Northampton Town, Derby, Sheffield Wednesday, QPR. Sheffield Wednesday got a 2-1 win.
Yes.
Again, I haven't been in depth with the championship. I looked at the table today, and
Yeah. Well, there's games today.
I did see that. Yeah.
Leeds was up 3-2 the last I saw. I think that's how that.
Oh, they
ended.
were.
Yeah.
I saw they were losing
Yeah, they came back. They had taken a 3-2 lead.
because West Brom and Leeds had a decent lead, and then they started getting a lot of draws, and they were losing both of them.
Yeah,
So
they've been
now-
going neck and neck a little bit.
So now it's not so easy enough to crown them both promotion.
Yeah, let's see. Blackburn got a 2-1 win today over QPR.
Yeah.
Forest beat Brentford 1-0.
That was big. 4-5 game.
Cardiff beat West Brom 2-1.
See, West Brom can't win in the league, though.
Yeah, they're struggling all of a sudden. Huddersfield 2-1 over Hull. Leeds 3-2 over Millwall. Derby lost 3-2. Wigan won 2-1 over Sheffield Wednesday. And Bristol City 1-0 over Reading.
Nice.
So the way the table sits now,
Because I think the Forest jumped up to like third.
that puts Leeds
fourth.
back. Yeah, Forest moved up to third. Leeds back on top through 29 games now. Everybody's even. All the makeup games have been done with them.
Right.
So Leeds is now in first place with 55 points. Solid chance that I think they're going to definitely be coming up.
Yeah.
West Brom's right behind them at 53. And then you got Forest at 51, Fulham at 49, and then Brentford and Bristol City at 47. So it's pretty much a race between probably the 4 teams.
Right. That should be exciting.
It should be.
Playoff.
I think that's what we were talking about, trying to find some excitement with knowing that Liverpool's probably going to end the season 6 weeks before the season's over.
Basically, all our excitement's turning towards the Premier League relegation battle and the championship promotion battle.
Yeah, which is awesome. We're going to see who's not going to be part of this league next year and who's going to be the new guys.
Going to be,
and
yeah.
pick our new Sheffield or our new Wolves or our new Southampton, as we've done as the new teams come up, and see who's going to be the most competitive and who can make the most noise. I would love to see Leeds back. I think that's awesome for them.
Yeah, Paddy Bamford, the old Chelsea lad, academy kid.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
We'll see how they do without Eddie too.
Yeah, well, so far so good, I guess. But he was definitely a catalyst in helping them early this year. He was scoring in his first goal first game for them. He scored.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, he was having a good year for them. But I'm happy to see him back in that Arsenal red. Somebody's going bye-bye.
Yep.
Better get some money.
Won't say anybody's name.
No, but somebody's out.
Some guy from Gabon is out.
When you have a young kid like that can score, that you don't have to pay
exactly
so much, and you can maybe get some of that money and build
a
a
business,
defense.
baby.
Yeah,
See ya.
it was a nice run.
It always is. That's what I said too.
Some guys are
nice run, Aubameyang. Oops, I said his name. Sorry.
Some guys are team guys. Some guys are going to be there for 5, 6, 8, 10 years. Some guys are like a 2-year experiment.
Quick blip.
Yeah, he helped. I mean,
he's known for his hair and his flips.
He tied for a Golden Boot last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the running again this year.
Yes, he did.
He's definitely a talent to watch. He's an exciting player to watch. I've enjoyed his time at Arsenal, but I think it's time for a new culture and time to start over and start winning.
The guards.
Yes. New coach, new players.
Trending upward.
Yeah, man.
But yes, and we did see, like you said, Leicester beat Brentford. Basically, a Leicester rotated side heavily besides Sancho, I think, was the only starter.
Yeah.
He rested, Brendan Rodgers rested Casper, and obviously Jamie's been hurt, Vardy.
Yeah, they got a lot going on.
Tellens and Harvey Barnes were on the bench, but that lineup was all second team, and they were, barely got by. Iheanacho got his opportunity again and scored.
Yeah.
And now they're through to the round of 16.
And he did again today, too. Unfortunately, it was not enough.
Yeah.
He got their one for them. And that was a full squad today. They went for it.
Oh, that's probably why they did a rotated side now.
Yeah, and big ups to Villa, just to throw that in there, not to confuse anybody, but there was a Carabao Cup semifinal game today, too.
My head's exploding.
As these teams are playing 2 days ago, now they're playing again today. Carabao Cup semis. And Aston Villa is going to the finals in what I would say pretty big upset with a 3-2 aggregate in the second leg here.
Yeah.
After winning 2-1 today against a starting.
We definitely fucked everybody's minds up right now.
Yeah. Well, get used to it. How do you think we got to juggle this cup and that cup? And tomorrow you got the Man City United semifinal.
Mind you, this is another tournament that's inside another tournament. That's inside the league.
Yes. So
is your mind fucked now? Because it should
Carabao
be.
Cup's another one where it's top
top
2 or 3
Two
English
levels.
leagues.
I think it's the championship and Prem only.
Yeah, that's it. And
But yeah,
yeah, we're getting down to
Villa's
the wire.
in the final. And
Villa
then
is in the final, and most likely they're going
City
to play
and
City.
United will be
That
playing
game's tomorrow. Yeah, and City's
It's
got
just another competition
3-1
inside
lead.
the competition.
yeah, and
Inside the
that's
competition.
that's why it's really tough to stay healthy in this game, and it's
And that's why you saw a lot of teams throwing their B squads. Actually, that was part of my poll question on YouTube that I forgot to put out there in the beginning of the show. With all these Premier League teams basically running their second team out and their academy kids, you know, do you believe that it's ruining the FA Cup and like the prestige of that tournament? Should more Prem teams, I guess,
should they take it more
take it more seriously? But we can answer that later. Just a
okay.
thought for
Just
you.
a thought.
And a thought
And
for
a thought
everybody
for
out
you,
there.
and a thought for you, and a thought
Oh, I'm
for you.
thinking about it. I'm like,
Yeah,
Actually, I was thinking about it yesterday. That's why I put it out there. I'm like, you know what? I've heard people complain, like media members.
yeah.
And, well, Ian Dark, I guess, a couple weeks ago, he was the first one I saw saying that should Premier League teams, you know, care about it a little more is, I guess, because it used to be a huge deal to win the FA Cup. Like
yeah.
that's like the England
Oh, yeah.
trophy that's been around
Arsenal's
since
got a handful of them.
18 something.
That was the only thing I've ever really seen Arsenal win in the last whatever. So, yeah.
I mean, it was more of a big deal, I guess, but
It was, but now it's, again, like anything, as it becomes more business, it just gets more flooded with more.
and if you're a good team, you're in Champions League probably.
Yeah.
You're in FA Cup, you're in Carabao Cup, and with the Christmas schedule, that grueling pace.
Yeah.
And again, we just saw 2 games and then the FA Cup thrown in the middle of those 2 league games. It's like,
Yeah, and then you have that International Champions Cup in the summer when they come over here and they're playing in, like, I don't know, Timbuktu and other countries.
wherever
that
it's popular.
that don't
the
get
game.
the big, you know,
Right. Yeah,
don't
yeah.
get the big old.
But they have a big
draws all
following,
the
but they
time.
don't get
Exactly.
the I guess they don't get the games.
Yeah, there's always some big games in like Singapore and places like that.
Well, the Asian
so.
countries, I mean, we can talk about that as well as, you know, speaking of Mr. 8.
Oh yeah,
He was huge bringing the game over there as well.
Yeah. You know what I loved about him? I was telling somebody yesterday is people don't realize, like, when he was at the Olympics and it was time to do an interview and the Italian newspaper was interviewing him, he did his entire
fluent in
interview in
Italian.
Italian.
Yeah.
And then when the Spanish newspaper came, or the Brazilian, and he could do it in Portuguese and he could do it in regular Spanish, and he was just a man of everything. Like he wasn't just some dude that played basketball. Like he got it. Like he was smart. He was intelligent. He was a businessman.
He learned some Slovenian to talk shit to Luka.
yeah. Like he was cultured, man. He was cultured, and
I'm saying that's what happens when you live overseas, man.
yeah,
It's a whole different ball game and a whole different world.
yeah. It's pretty awesome.
But yeah, again, we can get into more of that.
Yeah.
But what else did we see? Sheffield, Ollie Norwood.
Sheffield just keeps winning, man.
They had a rotated side too, though.
They did.
Which is crazy to think.
They didn't have a too big of a competition.
I mean, Millwall is, you know.
Millwall's Millwall.
Mid-table this year in the championship. But yeah, I saw the Sheffield lineup. I'm like, wow, they had nobody. They had Billy Sharp start.
That's great. He probably didn't know what to do with himself. It's been a while.
The Johnny Flex didn't play of the world.
Got to rest. You got to have John Fleck rested, you know. Got big Prem games coming up. That guy's
Johnny Lundstrom didn't play. Now these guys are household names after this year.
Yeah,
They weren't in the beginning of the season, but damn it, they are now.
Now they need time management.
Yeah. Hey, who'd have thunk that?
Yeah.
Sheffield, Chris Wilder would be like, hey, I got to rotate my side.
Yeah.
We got a chance probably to get pretty far in this tournament.
They do.
I mean, they're in the 16.
Yeah.
Who's to say they can get to the Final Four? Who did they get?
They wasn't somebody hard. They're still waiting one of their
that's right.
opponents.
Was it the Birmingham
I had to
Coventry?
screenshot this the other day. They were the Reading Cardiff. So there's very likely that they're going to move on another round to at least the 8 and see where it goes.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah. Sheffield's rolling
Talk
along.
about a top, 8 finish and, a top 4 FA Cup.
Yeah.
What?
That's phenomenal.
Chris,
I'm glad.
put the statue up in Sheffield.
I'm actually
of
really
Chris
glad
Wilder.
Arsenal got Portsmouth because I feel like that's at least one more game they're going to get to play
Yeah.
too. So.
Love Pompey, but
Yeah.
no.
It's at Portsmouth. But.
Do you ever know that, it's sad to say, Portsmouth used to be up in the Prem, and they got into some serious, financial trouble, and they had to go, I think they were down in League 2. They did, the triple.
They did
They did the
triple dip?
triple dip.
Oh, man.
They were on the highest of high and to the lowest of low, and now they're in League 1, which they're making, making their way
climb back.
But a man was such a big fan of Portsmouth, the football club, he legally changed his name to Portsmouth Football Club. And he's tattooed. He's a big-ass dude. He has a shirt off every home game, and his name is Portsmouth Football Club.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So shout out to Portsmouth Football Club.
And their number one fan.
And his name. Yeah, the
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. To the guy himself.
To the guy, Portsmouth Football
I'm going to have to
Club.
look him up on Twitter now. And
Look
see
him up.
see if he has his own Twitter.
It's a typical English guy, just a very big English man, just tatted up.
Nice.
Like that guy that got his did his big thing, the Eagles fan.
Yes.
That had a shirt off with all the Eagles tattoos.
Yes.
Think of that guy, but just missing teeth and British.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I like him already.
Yeah. Stand-up guy.
I like him already. Mr. Portsmouth.
Yeah.
That's my dude.
But what else? Oh, my boys Chelsea, nice actually not nice 2-1 win. I always say nice, but it was not nice.
Yeah,
It was sloppy as hell.
that was looking a little there for a minute. But you pulled it off.
I'm just getting really concerned with the team.
It's weird because
I don't know if
it's
all
like-
these games are affecting them, that they're so young and inexperienced, and now they're becoming a little more tired. They're stringing passes together, but they can't finish at all.
it's
Quite
quite
the
the
18, they suck.
quite the roller coaster. I mean, they start off this season just
Getting shellacked by
United, where everybody didn't think United was going to be much of anything this year,
Hmm.
and then
They go on a crazy run. Chelsea.
crazy run. What was it? 8 straight.
Yeah. And then
uh,
now it's in the league, they've lost, 7 of their last 10 or something like that?
They're losing games at 1-0 to just bad teams, and that's the crappy
And at
part.
home, too.
That's what it's like being an Arsenal fan, honestly. I mean, that's really what it is. That's when you sit in fourth all year, and then you have games like that, and then right at the end of the
And
year,
you're
someone
losing
creeps
points,
up
yep.
and takes that fourth place, and that's what I fear for Chelsea.
It's
That's
certainly looking
exact-
like that.
That's exactly
though,
what
for real.
Arsenal did last year when Chelsea snuck back up and took the fourth spot from them. And there are
Just-
teams like United and Tottenham that are, going to make some noise.
Just leaving teams close, in it.
Yeah.
Not putting teams away. Giving Hull an opportunity late to tie it up.
Yeah. And that was even some of your struggles early this year before the run, was you were getting leads.
Yeah,
and
that
then,
Leicester game way earlier in the season where they blew it.
Yeah, giving leads back. That was the Ndidi header game, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. We'll see.
The day that lives in infamy.
That was the start of the end
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, really. I nailed not only a perfect game, perfect score, perfect scenario, called
But
the
how
goal
it
scorer
actually
and how
would
they were
happen.
going to do it. And then I haven't been able to hit shit since that. And you're back up to what, 12 points on
Hey,
me?
maybe
again?
it'll come back because Chelsea-Leicester play this weekend,
Hey.
which we will get into later as
And
well.
I'm sure we're gonna pick that one again.
We
too.
are.
Chance for redemption.
There you go. Hopefully not an Ndidi header for a tie. But at this way Chelsea's playing, I would take an honest tie
Yeah, at this point you might want
on the road.
to tie.
What else did we say? Oh, City just
Yeah,
at
trouncing.
home to Fulham. The poor Londoners just not enough. I don't even know. Is Mitrovic even on Fulham anymore?
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
pretty.
I haven't seen him play.
I think he's been.
Is he banged up?
I think he had a good game for them in the league the other day,
Hmm.
but I don't know if he actually. I don't know what his deal is.
I mean,
I'm gonna look him up real quick.
Fulham's day basically ended when the game started. When you get a red card in the 6th minute
Yeah.
by good old U.S. international, my favorite defender, Tim Ream, How are you?
Your boy.
Timmy Ream gets sent off in the 6th minute, and it was just the floodgates are open for City at that point, and it was 4-0, a double by Gabby, Jesus, and
Yeah. He's asking for his PKs back. He wants his PKs back.
it's like, whoa, wait your turn, youngster,
Yeah.
chill out.
I'm just looking up Fulham right now.
It's okay, they're doing well in the championship. Hell,
They are. They're gonna have an opportunity to make their way back.
yeah.
I
don't know.
I know some guys that are Fulham fans. Our boy,
J-Bone.
yeah, Mitrovic is still there. He's like 25 years old,
That's crazy.
right? It's hard to believe.
He was doing so well. He was at Newcastle for a hot minute.
He's having a great year. He's the reason why they're up there. 26 games,
Yep.
all started. Out of the 29 played, he's got 18 goals and 1 assist.
There you go.
Yeah, he's having
18 goals for Mitro.
Yeah,
He's back.
Mitro is definitely having a year. So
I was wondering who's putting their goals in. If
either they're coming
high.
up, or he's probably going to end up back on a Prem team next
He's just
year.
a head case, though.
He is, but there's a lot of head cases around the league that
That's true.
if you can put the ball in the net, I'll take a head case
Yeah.
at this point.
And Fulham's manager is a good old, remember Scotty Parker,
Yeah.
midfielder for Spurs?
Well, they have. I guess why people like Fulham. They have a lot of U.S. They do like a lot of building of the U.S. team.
They have a couple of youngsters. They
Pretty
have
strong.
Marlon Fossey, who's a young U23 kid, and they have Luca Della Torre, who's a U.S. kid as well, and Tim Ream, obviously, getting sent off.
Yes.
I don't know. I went to Craven Cottage last year. No big deal. But it's a cool little stadium. It's old as hell.
Yeah. It's definitely a throwback.
I think they are doing reservations, though, this year, which is nice. But, yeah, it's a
I like the old stadiums, though.
it was
I don't like them getting too modernized.
Felt like a relic,
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Like this, it's one of those old stadiums where you walk out, the locker rooms are in the corner, and you have to walk all the way out on the field instead of the modern stadiums now where it's like, an arena where the locker rooms are literally right behind you.
Oh, yeah.
To make that walk. And I'm sure the the locker rooms are probably from like the 1800s.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's,
no heat. Just concrete and
no wonder they're doing
steel
so good.
Yeah.
But it's I hope to see Fulham, I guess. I mean, it's a way, honestly, for tourists. It's a very touristy. It was the only way we were going to be able to see a game because
Yeah.
the tickets are easily available to tourists because it's in London. It's in West London. Literally, it's like the Chelsea subway stop is Fulham Broadway, and then the next one is for Fulham Stadium. So it's very close. So I feel like if you live around that area, you're probably a Chelsea fan, most likely, unless like your dad's dad like grew up like being a Fulham fan.
Yeah.
It's
or played
tough.
for Fulham.
There's just so many teams in London to root for.
Yeah.
And Fulham, I think, falls by the wayside, unfortunately. But because they usually get out-cheered in their own stadium.
Yeah, I don't think people understand the depth sometimes of these teams and like how many
I barely
teams are
understand
in
them.
London.
It's crazy.
And, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't
It's
think.
easy to forget
Fulham,
because of
yeah.
what we're so used to here and how big our country is and how spread out everything is.
I mean, think of how big London is, the city, though, too.
Yeah. Yeah, but imagine taking New York and
Like,
then
did you know QPR was in London?
I did, but yeah. Most people probably wouldn't.
Would not know.
But yeah, it would be like having like all 6 minor league baseball teams for your team all in your city.
Yeah. It's like, who
Like,
do I root for?
yeah, like
It's a
yeah.
conundrum, man. It is tough.
It is, yeah.
But I think it's a good problem, though.
It's an awesome problem. And you can I mean, I feel like everybody has that right to pick multiple teams at that point because you have your one main team. Your team that's pretty much going to be in the Prem forever, barring something crazy happens. And then you have, your lower tier teams.
Yeah.
That,
And you have so many options to go see a game every weekend.
right. You can go see anybody.
You'd be like, oh, that's funny. I could go see a Millwall game or something or whatever else.
Why wouldn't you? Some of these guys do. They go back to their original clubs and catch shit for it, apparently, but it wasn't a big deal for their coach. So
Yeah. The Ollie.
The Ollie thing. But yeah, going back to seeing the teams they came up
Yeah, I
with.
mean, you're a player, but you could still have, that club team that as a child that you used to go to.
Yeah, or the
still be a fan.
the guys that gave you your shot.
Like, what if you grow up, you're, a Giants fan, and you somehow get drafted by whoever, like the Eagles. You're probably still going to be deep down.
I'm holding out.
Yeah. Not just you.
You said me. I'm just saying. I'm holding out.
I'm not saying actual teams.
No, I know. I know what you're saying.
I don't want to go down that trolling path. But yeah, that kind of it would be like that scenario.
Yes.
What else? Oh, Man United just unfortunately ran the gamut on our unfortunate Tranmere Rover team.
Yeah.
6-0.
That was a lot of play for Tranmere back to back.
And extra time.
And extra time, and I think they were whooped.
Yeah. But
And United's not bad.
I mean, the Harry Maguire goal is actually really nice.
Yeah.
He piped that shit.
It's just funny how these guys, I don't know, they look so good in a game like that, and I know the competition was definitely not nearly as good.
Just
but,
Lingard scored his
Yeah.
first goal in, I don't even know how long.
Ugh.
And he did his stupid celebration.
Did he do it?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You're playing Tranmere Rovers.
Yeah.
They're in League One. They're third tier here.
Yeah. I don't like him. I don't know why. You don't like him either, do you? I can tell you're not a fan of him.
No, because he does a lot. He'd rather Snapchat and Instagram instead of perform on the field.
Yeah.
They've asked him to stop doing social media.
And he just...
Because he's out in the clubs, trying to be cool. He's like, partying with Drake and, whoever else is in London at that time. It's like, bro.
He looks like a leprechaun or like a sprite or something like that.
Yeah.
That little dance he does is fitting for him. He should be playing like a little flute.
Dude, you have
in
one goal this year.
Yeah. What are those ones that are like half goats and half humans? That's kind of what he looks like. That play the little
Centaur.
flute. Yeah, no, that's a horse. No, there's one it's like the mythical one. I forget.
Centaur?
A centaur is a half horse. These are like half goats, and they play the flute.
Oh, I don't know, man.
That's what he reminds me of.
I'm
I don't
lost.
like him. And one of my Twitter cohorts, one of the Arsenal girls, absolutely despises him. So
He has a punchable face.
Gooner girl.
Gooner
He
girl.
does have a punchable face. Sorry, Jess. Sorry, bro.
But yes, the almighty Liverpool drawing Shrewsbury Town after being up 2-0.
What a surprise.
That's a shock.
It really is, because even though it wasn't the Liverpool team, you figured the guys that they had out there should have been able to handle that. And they did. They were doing their job, and they kind of got lackadaisical and let up a lead. And then he tried to throw some starters out there and thought that you could just run down and steal a goal. But even against teams like Shrewsbury Town, that proves how hard it is to actually put that ball in the net.
Mm-hmm.
You could put the world class of Salah on the pitch, and even he didn't have enough time to be able to get one past when you basically sit 10 guys back to play for that draw, because that's all they wanted. For them, it's huge to get a replay against Liverpool.
That's like the Reading Phillies tying the Dodgers or something.
Yeah.
The lowest AA team to, the best of the best.
I feel like it's even beyond that, because even baseball, you never – soccer's just such a different – when you have that level of a team.
It was a huge disparity, but somehow
it got done.
They're going back to Anfield in a week's time and seeing if they can pull the miracle.
That's going to get ugly, I think.
Yeah.
In Anfield.
I think the Shrewsbury Town guys are just going to be happy to play a game at Anfield.
Hell yeah, they're going to get to say
and
this.
The Shrewsbury fans are going to be like, hey, this is our chance to go to Anfield.
We get to go to Anfield. These guys can, most of them will probably never get a chance to play on that pitch ever. So that's pretty awesome for them.
Yeah.
It's kind of the beauty of this little tournament, I guess.
That is a sidebar as well. Yeah.
It's nice for the
Tranmere hosts United. It's like, when the hell is that ever going to happen?
Right, you're selling out.
Oh,
without a doubt.
standing room only. It looked like everybody was
Absolutely.
standing
So
behind the goal.
I guess that's the one nice thing is that even if they're not always playing and they're playing a rotated squad, they're still filling the seats.
It's like an 8,000 seat stadium, and they're just people sitting on top of the roof.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
You got to worry about that sometimes.
I mean, you don't see that really anymore, but
it hasn't happened in a while, but there were some big ones, man. There were some big ones.
like I'm surprised. I haven't seen pictures of Shrewsbury, how that looked. That Liverpool was there.
Yeah.
The atmosphere probably was insane. I mean, to get a draw. Actually, the one goal was actually really nice.
It was. It was a really well taken goal. So
What was his name's Greg something Cunningham or Cummings. It's like George Cummings and John McGinn on Twitter. Did you see this?
no.
He's like, yes, way to go, cum dog. It's like, what?
Jason Cummings.
Jason Cummings.
He got
and
both of them. He got the 65th penalty and then the equalizer.
I don't know if he's a Villa like academy kid or he's was
They're
Johnny
probably-
McGinn Scottish, right?
Yeah, they're probably just boys.
On
gonna
Twitter,
look
he's
him
like,
up.
way to go, cum dog. I'm like, that's a terrible nickname.
That's a horrible nickname.
Why the hell would you name him that? Everyone was like taking it out of context, like, what are you talking about? If you didn't know, you're like, what?
Maybe they're closer than you thought.
Johnny, he's on his pain medication.
Let's look him up. Oh, he is a Scottish.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Scottish professional football player who was playing striker for Shrewsbury Town and the Scottish national team.
Oh, he looked like a beauty. His hair was flowing in the wind.
24-year-old kid.
He chopped that ball. I forget who he fucked up.
Yeah, and one of
finish,
Liverpool's
too.
goals was an own goal from
Yeah.
Shrewsbury. So
Right.
that was the second one.
Klopp said they deserved probably a draw, honestly.
Yeah. I like the lineup Liverpool ran out there, though. The young, up-and-coming Liverpool soon-to-be stud that everybody's going to know, Curtis Jones.
Yeah,
He got the first goal. Just another kid that nobody knows about that they're going to know about one day.
It's like, yeah, we also have Harry Wilson.
Yeah. Threw a Rigi up on the wing
I
there.
saw Minamino got
Minamino got the striker start, which was awesome.
He got praised by Klopp after. Said a good performance.
They went with Fabinho. They went with Lovren and Matip. So, and they had some depth on the bench. Alexander-Arnold was on the bench. Naby Keita was on the bench. Firmino got in there. Salah got in there. Oxlade-Chamberlain got in there. So, they were trying.
He was trying late to salvage something and say, oh, wait, I don't want to.
I think he thought those
Play
guys were going to
again.
get some rest, and unfortunately, they
Not
didn't.
the case. And now you have to play tomorrow, and then you have to play Southampton on Saturday.
Yeah, and then that makeup on the 4th.
Yep.
So, bonus.
Rotate it up, man.
Yeah, better figure it out.
It's like,
We
oh,
say
I'm
they have
sorry,
the
we
depth
have
at least.
Matip and Lovren to put in.
I'd love to have Matip and Lovren.
True. Very true.
At this
I would
point.
definitely take that pairing.
Yeah.
But last but certainly not least, the Arsenal boys, like we said. The Young Bucks look pretty good
Bayako Saka
with a pipe.
played some offense this
That was a nice
this
shot.
game. Beautiful shot. Beautiful. Well earned. Over top of the goalie. Hit the pipe. Down and in. And then Eddie doing Eddie things. That kid's going to be an absolute
Yeah.
scorer.
Back from Leeds.
Yes. He just finds a way to
alone.
put the ball in the net, and that's what you like to see from your strikers. Guy that just has a nose for the goal, whether he was doing it at Leeds, before he went to Leeds, when he was getting time at Arsenal, he was scoring, and now right where he left off, and he's getting
Yep.
goals again, and it's pretty exciting. I hope that it's managed properly. That's all that I can ask.
I mean, like you said, if you're scoring, you're going to find your way back.
Yeah.
Especially off loan. If your parent club calls you, you're like, hey.
And these kids
We
are
need some help.
20.
Yeah.
Saka's 17.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, you're Joe Willocks of the world, I
Joe
guess.
Willock's 19. I mean,
Mhm.
he got an 8 out of 10 in the game.
Yep.
So to see all this youth doing what they should be doing, and if you could pair it, with a couple other guys here, who knows? There was actually a tweet, I guess, from Saka or to Saka from Jadon Sancho, which, I mean, I know we have Pepe, and I know it's kind of a similar position, but if you were going to tell me there was a way Jadon Sancho was going to come and play that right wing for Arsenal with the rest of this youth, I'd be a pretty happy camper. So,
shell some money out.
Yeah.
And we'll talk.
Yeah, well, we'll see. If this richest man in Africa ends up buying him
It's true.
away from Kroenke, never know.
An African billionaire.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, they need probably to make maybe go away from the Kroenkes and
They got to.
start.
I
fresh.
wish UEFA would just step in and basically throw the Kroenkes out. Be like,
No.
you've done nothing but destroy Arsenal, and it's now your time to go bye-bye. Let somebody actually cares about the game.
That'd
come
be
in.
pretty crazy if they actually did do that.
Yeah, it's happened in sports where owners have basically been removed
Mhm.
for the sanctity of the team and the game. So we shall see.
We shall. Do you want to talk Cobes?
Yeah, we could quick Cobes. I'm going to get emotional, so I don't want to talk too much Cobes.
No, I know. I just wanted to make light that that he was a soccer fan. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
That he was a big soccer fan, and like I said, he grew up. He spent, I think, 6 through 13 in Italy. His father played basketball for, I think, multiple Italian teams over there.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's how he fell in love with both basketball and soccer.
Joe Jellybean.
Yeah, and he became an AC Milan fan, obviously. He learned to speak fluent Italian while he was there, and he just became like this. Once he, made the jump to the NBA and became, once he was becoming that superstar, he had a lot of ties with, Barcelona. Like I said, a lot of ties with bringing the game to the Asian countries as well, because Kobe was obviously huge in, China and other parts of Asia. So we saw, all these, pretty much a lot of the popular icons in the soccer community kind of reach out and tell their, little story. Messi, I saw, had a little touching Instagram post, and Ronaldo, Ronaldinho.
Yeah,
the
him and
Brazilian,
Ronaldinho were definitely tight.
Yeah. But
They were kind of killing it around the same time in their careers.
right, yeah,
So
they were
got,
coming up.
They got close.
But yeah, it was just. I mean, he basically, from watching soccer and learning about it when he was young, he basically adapted some of that. That's kind of where he got some of the.
You could see the way he played on the court,
tactician
man.
of-
He was almost playing this game of soccer with his hands.
Yeah,
Like he
that's
was,
why he said he loved it, because it was so strategic.
yeah,
He learned in obviously in soccer, you want to find the open space, and he kind of brought that mentality to when he played basketball.
yeah.
And just, I mean, it is like, it's very structured, and just how quickly the ball moves, he said, and everything. It's basically that mentality he's always had, and it equates to soccer. When before you receive the ball in soccer, you basically know which way the next
Right.
move you're going to make.
That level of anticipation.
Right, and
Yeah.
he brought that to basketball, and why he was, obviously so good for so long. He always was thinking that next step ahead.
Yeah, if not 2 steps ahead.
Right.
That was the beauty of him and his game. He would have made a perfect striker, too, because he had that killer instinct.
Yeah,
He would have found a way to just put that ball in the net, man.
yeah.
And he would have celebrated his ass off, because that's...
Oh, yeah. Need slide for days.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But, yeah, and
Backflip, something.
AC Milan is going to honor him for the rest of the season with wearing the black patch. I haven't seen if any other teams came out and said that they were going to do the same.
Yeah,
I would assume so.
I have a feeling some will.
I saw Neymar when he scored the other day. He put up the 2-4.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll be seeing a lot of those coming down the line, I think.
oh, yeah.
I loved the NBA shot clock thing that everybody did the last 2 games. And I guess anybody who hasn't played yet is probably still going to do it too, where they first 2 possessions they just let the 24-second clock just run out.
Yeah.
And then each team did it, so that was cool.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see these celebrations going around.
Yeah, and all the moments of silence,
Sport.
Real Madrid did that, like I said, and Sergio Ramos came out in a Kobe USA jersey, and
Yeah.
I saw Barcelona took a moment of silence before their practice.
Well, yeah, a lot of
this
these
morning.
Spanish guys too, because of his time with Pau. Like when him playing with Pau Gasol, all these Spanish cats are Kobe fans because their greatest basketball player won championships because of him.
Yeah.
So it's that trickle down effect that he's had on everybody, and that's why this has become such a big thing. And I mean, he just touched everybody, I feel like. And outside of maybe one moment of stupidity in his life, he's been a stand-up guy, and he's done the best for his family. And how often do you see somebody go through what they went through and his wife actually stuck with him? So that tells you how much character the guy actually has. And that he wasn't, she wasn't going to judge him off one moment of weakness or
17 they
stupidity.
were together.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah.
17.
I mean, they were together a long time. And I was watching a thing on Jerry West talking about him, and they said they brought him in right after they drafted him, or traded for him, which is one of the greatest trades of all time. Getting him on draft day from Charlotte, good old Charlotte Hornets, just making great business decisions.
That was a whoopsie.
Yeah, and he was playing his first summer league game, they said, and he went off. I think he scored like 17 points in his first summer league game as a 17-year-old kid, and he went over to Jerry West's son at the time, who was one of the guys with the Lakers as well, and he basically leaned over and said, "This is easy."
Yeah,
and he wasn't even of age to sign a contract yet in the U.S. Like, you have to be 18 to legally be able to sign that contract.
Right.
They had to wait till they could actually ink him to the deal. But, yeah, people don't realize he was the first, guard to come out of high school. Like, guys that come out of high school, very few before Kobe.
Right.
But anyone that did was a big man. Like, that game translated to being able to come out at that age. Nobody at that level of that position of that talent was able to come out like him. And then he inspired all this other, all these years after, all these high school kids coming out. No one did that till him. I think, before him it was Darryl Dawkins. And Dawkins had that big body. So for that, it was just incredible, the career he had and how
his connection with Nike, too, meeting all these other Nike athletes around the world, Totti even,
Oh, yeah.
Saw Pogba had a little something to him. Even Maradona.
Yeah, out of all people,
Maradona was conscious enough to actually make a nice little tribute.
So he wasn't all cocked in his chair, in his throne. We didn't even talk about Maradona's throne.
Not yet.
Not yet. He's like, I'm saving that one. I saw your tweet about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, it
sucks.
It does. It sucks when you lose somebody. And, again, for all the people that lost, some kids that got lost, which really sucks. Their parents, that baseball coach as well.
Yeah, apparently. Big community college.
Yeah, and he's actually touched a lot of pro careers. Him and Aaron Judge were really close. Scott Kingery from the Phillies was coached by him.
Yeah, that McNeil guy.
Yeah, Jeff McNeil from the Mets.
Mets.
That bastard, man, he was killing the Phils this past year every time he got a chance. So he's making a name for himself. But yeah, that guy had a lot of people that loved and supported him, and he touched a lot of people as well. So it just sucks when things like this happen, because it's one thing when things are expected, but when it comes unexpected like that, it makes it hard.
Yeah, and it was just crazy that LeBron literally in Philly passes him.
Yeah, because he was relevant,
Weird.
especially.
Crazy.
We had just talked about it. We were just talking about him leaving our Twitch show the other day.
Yep.
Something came up about Kobe, and it was literally a few days before all this happened. And we just saying it, not thinking, and then now it's it hits pretty close to home.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I figured might as well make just bring it up since it's every.
Oh yeah, I would.
Some soccer ties, no matter what. I mean,
we weren't getting through this show without talking about that.
Of course,
man
yeah, but it just so happens to be that he was actually a huge influence and impact in the world of football.
Football.
And again,
Yeah, we missed, bro.
Definitely missed. And again, prayers to everybody and the victims and his family. It'll be tough, I'm sure, obviously, but again.
Yeah. Been watching the Joker here had a tribute to him in his match. So yeah, every sport, man. Tennis doesn't matter. I'm sure Tiger will be doing something. I know they had some ties.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Tough, but yeah. So again, prayers out to all those affected by it. But yeah, on a lighter note, any transfers? Obviously, we said the Christian Eriksen thing to Inter Milan was pretty much done. We're still waiting for what's up with the Fernandez that's gonna go to United.
I was just reading this. It says United makes
Fernandes.
a Bruno Fernandes breakthrough with Sporting Leipzig.
Yeah,
So it sounds like they are finally close to sealing this deal.
but I heard Barcelona now is like, well, if you're gonna take too long and stall, that we're gonna swoop in there and get this guy.
And they could.
Oh, they easily could.
Yeah. Or they were just asked them to do that so they could get more money out of him.
Man United's going to miss out on another guy, and they will probably be going down as the stupidest organization in the world of football.
Yeah, right now they're
They already missed out on Haaland, and that's going to be a monumental miss. And now this Bruno Fernandes has been taking forever.
yeah, they need to.
And some other team might swoop in and get him. It's stalling, man. Come on. What else? Obviously, Arsenal. Nice pickup. This Ukrainian kid.
Yeah.
What's his name? Matvienko.
Yeah, I don't want to mispronounce that one.
Matvienko.
The Atletico Cavani deal looks pretty much done.
Mm-hmm. Nice switch for him.
And they keep going back with this Pablo Mari kid, too, for Arsenal. And they're saying it's on,
yes,
it's off,
no,
it's on,
no,
it's
yes,
off.
No, yes.
They're saying the Ukrainian kid is signing is basically saying because this deal is off, but I don't know if that's true or not. They might be trying to do both still. But it was a Flamengo defender, Pablo Mari, Brazil.
The Brazilian league, yes.
Yes, that team was the one that played Liverpool in the
FIFA Club World Cup.
The Club World Cup, yes.
Yeah.
So, but they're saying has collapsed now. The last I'm reading has collapsed. He was in London on Saturday to complete the transfer, but is now set to stay with Flamengo. So,
Interesting.
yeah, something must have happened there. But I'm excited about the Ukrainian kid, another youth, some defense, much needed defensive help. So, and just on one more little note on the Kobe thing, I know you said Milan was going to be honoring him today.
Yeah.
Where is that? I think they played today.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and they ended up winning 4-2 against Torino. So
Torino.
that was cool. Zlatan.
I heard he's calling his teammates out.
He scored.
Did he?
108th minute.
I heard he was calling his teammates out, saying, "I need you to give me more."
So this game went to extra time. It was 2-2 because it was quarterfinals for the Coppa Italia.
Coppa Italia,
And
another tournament.
He ended up getting the fourth goal. There was 2 in the extra time, and he ended up getting the game sealer.
Nice.
But you don't expect him to not call people out. I mean, it's Zlatan.
Did he call people out at L.A.?
Nah, not him. Which was kind of like that was another sad thing with like the Kobe thing because Kobe was such a Galaxy fan and they had that ties, and then Zlatan goes to Milan, which was his other team.
Yeah.
And those big ballers had some ties together too.
I'm sure.
So, sure they've shared a meal once or twice.
I'm sure.
So but yeah,
Call him
good
out.
for Milan to win in a little tribute game.
I was gonna say, yeah. Definitely, and they've been struggling pretty
Yeah, they've
pretty
been.
mightily this year. So
They have been.
maybe this can turn them around a little bit.
They needed something to turn them around. Where are they sitting at? They're like
They were eighth.
Yeah, they're still 8th. Because this wasn't a league game today.
Yeah,
Inter's right in the mix, man. They're knocking on Juventus' door.
saying, could we see a new champion in Italia?
You might. You might.
Can we see a new champion in the Bundesliga?
Speaking of Bundesliga.
Speaking of more goals.
That kid is just redacted. We called it, though. We said he was going to get at least 1. He got 2 again.
Yes, he did.
So he's got
as a substitute.
5 in 2 games as a sub. Yeah, they still didn't start him yet.
He's
still
played
hasn't got
60 minutes and he's had 5 goals.
Yeah. Unreal. Unreal.
Oh, man, United. Oh, boy.
He's getting 1 goal every 12 minutes.
They are going to be kicking themselves.
And now I guess I did see, what's his name? Alcazar
Yeah,
wants
Paco.
out now.
Of course.
You just
the
got your
writing's on
job
the
taken, bro, big time.
Writing is on the wall.
Yeah. Like, if you're a striker and they just brought him in, like, yeah.
Your time's pretty much
It's time
up.
to go.
He'll go back to Spain.
So
Paco.
watch out for Dortmund to make a serious run at Bundesliga.
Yeah, we're still 6 back, but there's some time left.
No, now you're
5.
4.
4.
You're only 4 back because
Leipzig.
lost.
Did they?
Yeah, they lost their last.
I didn't even see on Sunday what the.
Yeah, who'd they play? They played on Saturday. They lost 2-0 to Frankfurt.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's big. Leipzig's at 40. Bayern's at 39.
Mönchengladbach.
Mönchengladbach's at 38. and
What?
Dortmund's at 36.
What team is that?
Borussia.
Mönchengladbach. Yeah.
Yes. 38. They're not going to last.
Nah.
They're going to dip. They'll probably fall down to like 5th or 6th, to be honest.
We can make a run.
No, you could absolutely make a run. 4 points. Only 19 games in the season. You're at, what, the halfway? Do you play 38 in the
Yes, ma'am.
Bundes as well? So, literally at the halfway mark, and you have the most explosive player in the world right now. So, if you can find a way to hold Jaden at least through this.
Jermaine Defoe still plays?
Yeah.
He's on Bournemouth. He just got sold to Rangers in Scotland
So, he was on loan to Rangers.
as a free transfer today.
Yeah. So, I guess they made that final.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was over the summer. What am I talking
You looking at an old one? I was going to say, I knew he was on loan there.
Oh, here's the January ones. No, this was last year. Oh, ESPN really sucks ass, huh?
Yeah, dude, we've talked about this. We look at some of their teams sometimes, and we try to get like a team update, and it'll be like 188 days since the
like, wait.
last.
They had the Lo Celso one. I'm like, wait, that already happened. Chicharito, yeah. Well, you know that one.
Chicharito. Which
boy.
Chicharito one? He's been moving around a lot lately.
Sevilla to the Galaxy. That was
Yeah.
okay. Here's some of the
So now you're into the more.
yeah, the more recent ones, and not from last summer. Oh, Barrich. Robert Barrich went to the Chicago Fire.
Really? Nice.
Nice. I believe he's Slovenian. I should know this. Anything?
So they made Lo Celso a permanent deal.
Yeah, I guess he earned his keep, right?
I didn't see much out of him so far this year. Well, now they have him till 2025, so they can enjoy it.
Inked him up.
Yeah.
I'm looking down the list. I'm not seeing anything crazy. Not really. Hey, Begovic went to Milan.
Nice.
What else? I don't even know. These already happened, so I don't even know why I'm touching on this. But, yeah, I don't know. Stay tuned for more. There's going to be a lot more here in the next couple days.
Yeah.
With the,
By the time we're on again, all the moves should be
the
about.
deadline day will be a Thursday again. It is a huge day in Europe, and they will have a show literally all day up until the final moments. They'll have a countdown clock on, and we'll probably see, hopefully, this Bruno Fernandes, makes a move, whether he goes to Manchester United or Barcelona will swoop right underneath him and steal him away.
Yeah, and
then we all get to laugh at United.
We'll see if Timo moves.
Yeah.
See if Piatek moves.
Yeah.
So there's a few guys that are still in the mix that could be definitely moving.
Piatek. What's that? There was that Dutch kid, that Bergevin.
Yeah.
Is on the move, I think, to Spurs?
Another Spurs move.
Possibly. I want to say Bergevin. I don't know how to.
Bergeron.
The Dutch like to throw like W's and like J's like randomly in their names.
Yes, they do. Like DJER.
Yeah. It's like, do you pronounce that or is that silent? Or usually J's sound like Y's there. But I think that was the case.
Yeah, seeing if there's any other notables. Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy to note right now.
Not yet. Not yet.
Due time. Christian Eriksen, I guess, was probably the biggest one, I guess, so far this transfer window here. He's had 1 foot out the door the whole time this whole season. He hasn't even I don't even know if he started a game for Spurs. He's always come on as a sub because he's in a contract year, and he has said he does not want to play for Spurs. So instead of waiting till the summer to lose him on a free, they need to sell him and get something back for him. And it seems like that request has been put in. And he's off to Milan.
Looks like Victor Moses is going to Inter Milan, too.
Milan just
making moves, man.
Stacking. They got Ashley Young, too.
Yeah. They said there was a chance that he was going to go back to Chelsea, but I guess that's shut down now. He's been struggling. He's been injured. He's playing for a Turkish club. But it's good to see him back. I was a big Victor Moses fan.
He had his years at Chelsea.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's just stay tuned. Look out, on social media for any big breaking news, and I'm sure we'll break it.
Get them up on Twitter as soon as they happen, if I can. Absolutely.
But yeah, we can kind of look at the week coming up.
Yeah, we got back in the game here.
Week 25 in the Premier League.
I'm excited.
We're back to league play, and we got some pretty good games this week, honestly.
Yeah, there's a lot of good games coming up.
Aside from the West Ham and Liverpool game tomorrow.
Yeah, because that technically that's still a makeup game.
It's a makeup game.
So that'll get everybody on that even scale of 24 games played after tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good to see, and it's easier to track a little bit.
Right.
Then we have just Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
No Friday, no Monday.
Mm-mm.
Breakfast games.
Big breakfast game.
Big breakfast game.
Leicester hosting Chelsea at 7:30 on Saturday.
That's going to be a picker.
Yeah.
We got to pick that one.
That's a tough one to pick because I don't even like my Chelsea boys right now at all.
Yeah, but Leicester's not been playing that great either.
No. And is Jamie fit?
He should be fit. I would think he's fit.
Right.
I'm pretty sure he didn't play in the Carabao Cup.
Give him some rest.
Give him some extra rest with this game looming, even though they did play most of their starters. Iniacho took advantage, so it's good to see him. But yeah, I don't know who's going to end up picking this game first. That's the question.
I can do it. I have a. Unfortunately, I'm just going to go with my gut. I'm going to say 2-1 Leicester. I think that Chelsea is just not there right now.
Okay.
And Leicester makes a little bit of a dent in that three spot, push that lead to even more, and can still continue to chase Manchester City for that second.
So I'm going to get real creative on this one.
Okay, fair enough.
And go back to when this all started. Like we talked about the Ndidi goal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pick the same score, 2-2. But I think this time it's going to be Chelsea drawing it up late.
Oh.
I'm not going to get as nutty to say how and who, but I think it's going to be a similar type game, except this time it'll be 2-1 Leicester, and Chelsea's going to come and get that equalizer. Give me my 4 much-needed points, because I got right back in the game, and then you had a monster weekend. Then we both were over those midweek games.
Yeah, last week you hit obviously you got the Chelsea-Arsenal game.
I nailed that one. That was
And
big.
then
And then we got a bunch of one-pointers each.
yeah.
So still at, what, 12, your lead?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
86-74.
So I need to make up some ground. I could
A little bit.
use a nice 4-pointer here. So I'm going to go 2-2 draw. I'll pull my draw card out early on that one.
That's fair. I forgot, Ralphie. The poll. What are we at with that?
Oh,
so
yeah.
the
Gotta
poll
get that.
question on Facebook, Messi will go down as the GOAT. 75% said agree, 25% say disagree.
I guess real quick, my chime in is
Mhm.
I'll disagree. I don't think, to me, he's not. I think his game's phenomenal.
Yeah, like all time, like
Yeah, if you're going to go GOAT.
GOAT.
Greatest of all time, I would still put the likes of like Pele over him. Just because of what was done for club and country. He hasn't been able to get his country to that level. And even a lot of times Barcelona has not. With the talent that's there, they should
underperformed, I guess.
Yeah, in the big
Underachieved.
moments. I mean, the collapse last year to Ajax, like epic. Like
yeah.
the greats don't have that. They don't. And as good as he is and as great as he is, there's something missing for me to give him that GOAT status.
Right.
Like, I don't know. Even Ronaldo I would probably put.
I mean, we've had this little debate before about
Yeah.
a month or so ago, a month and a half ago. And
Yeah.
I said right now that probably Ronaldo will go down just because of the country.
Right.
What he's done for, he's won trophies, he's won Euros for Portugal, and not just done it on like the club domestic scale.
Had them in multiple World Cup Final Fours.
And Argentina again always just underperforms.
Big time. And I know Portugal generally is probably a little bit more talent surrounding Ronaldo than Messi probably has to work with at Argentina. But Argentina's got some studs too, so you can't
Those couple of those, especially when like Di Maria was in his prime.
Yeah, some of those teams should have won more than they did. Because they even choke in like some of the South American tournaments.
It's the fact that for some reason the Argentinian team is a lot of just selfish guys.
Right.
They never can come together and play as a team, and that kills them every tournament.
It does. So, yeah, I mean, that was
a lot
one.
of individual trying to take over games and shit.
Pele was a World Cup champion. I mean,
And
it's
what
still,
he did he came and played for the fucking Cosmos.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard
The
to me.
global game.
It's still, I don't see anybody like, I guess that old
Not
argument.
that Messi hasn't, because you see kids at Philadelphia Union and MLS games with Messi jerseys on.
Right, but it's a different era too. I
Yeah.
mean, it's the time
Well,
of social
Ronaldo's
media.
a little bit older as well as
and anybody
Messi.
could pick up their phone and watch Messi highlights. Like you couldn't have done that with Pele. Like Pele had to really make a name for himself.
Yeah, it's the
And-
flair too. He's like, obviously he's the maestro. But
Yeah. Yeah. He's one of the greats to
Oh, for
play the
sure.
game, but I wouldn't dub him the GOAT by any means.
I would say he's probably top 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good debate.
5.
It'll probably
Uh,
rage on, like basketball.
He's
People are gonna have their opinions, and nobody's gonna change your opinion on who you think are the greatest players.
I guess
or
my one knock on Messi was the way he quit on the Argentina team after that exit in the one tournament where he basically
saying that he wouldn't play again.
Yeah, and he did. He came back and played for him again, but
Of course.
like the GOATs don't quit on their country, and he legit quit on his country right after, like a little crybaby, like on the field. I'm not playing for them anymore. That's not GOAT status.
So yeah, I mean Maradona was. He got some competition all time for in your own country, let alone the soccer
Maradona won
world.
on big stages.
So I'm saying that.
Yeah.
But again, Messi is a phenomenal player.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. But
Go.
top 10 of all time.
I mean, top 5 probably.
Top 10 of all time.
Hey. We are
We'll do-
A2D. We agree to disagree.
Exactly. You know what? That's a good thing for us. We should do a top 5. We should take some time and think about it one day and do a top 5 individual player of
Sure.
all time in our own books. I like the sound of that.
Okie doke.
All right, back to the Prem.
Yes.
Right? Or do we have any? Did we have the other question, or we didn't have to do the other question? We didn't.
We can talk about it if you want
We can.
quickly.
Might as well.
Do you should Prem teams take the FA Cup more seriously? I say yes, but I understand at the same. It's tough. I don't know. No, I'll go with yes. They should,
They should.
because it is a pretty prestigious and old school trophy that's dated back to the 1800s, and it's a big deal in England.
Yeah, it's a big change from the modern game from the old game to the modern game, I think. And
Yeah,
I think it's good for those low-level teams like we talked about when these
that's the thing.
big-name players come, puts butts in the seats.
You get some
and-
revenue drove into your
Yeah.
club and
But I think they'll get that whether
upsets and whatnot.
no matter which Liverpool team comes out there. Like, people are still going to come see it just because it's Liverpool. They're going to come see the badge more than the players sometimes.
Yeah, I still think people in England think that the league is better or more important than winning an FA Cup.
Yeah. Well, the league's definitely, but for all the other teams that have no shot to win the league, you should be running your best out there and taking it seriously.
And it's a chance for some of these teams, like we said, for, I know it's not FA Cup, but the Carabao League Cup that,
Yeah.
Villa, they might get relegated. I don't know.
Yeah.
And they have a chance to win a trophy.
But yeah, at least they can say, hey, we got a trophy.
It's like, hey, we got a trophy. But,
Probably not. They'll probably get smoked by City. But
Yeah. But yeah. So, all right.
back to the Prem.
10 o'clock Saturday. We got Bournemouth hosting Villa. Do you see the cherries changing? Getting
I mean, the only positive that I guess I could see is they scored 3 goals in the last game. They the game with Arsenal in the FA Cup wasn't really that close. They
Yeah.
did get a late goal to kind of make it look closer than it was. They're home.
do they get Villa on a good time that
Well,
they put all
Villa-
this into this game?
I think so. I think Villa's going to have to rest somebody at some point.
I don't know. It's just tough to pick Bournemouth at all.
Yeah, I'm glad we're not actually picking this
No,
one
no,
because
no.
this one's a little ridiculous.
I would never touch this.
Yeah, should be interesting. Probably some kind of tie or a 1-goal difference between the two, I would say. I don't think you're going to get a blowout either way.
No.
Probably very low scoring.
So neither of the teams score many goals anyway, so
Yeah. 2-1, 1-0, 0-0. Yeah, somewhere.
just
in there.
hoping it's not the main game, I guess.
No, that better. If that's the you're pretty sure Liverpool's going to get that. one.
Yeah, probably.
So Palace United or Sheffield United.
Palace Sheffield United.
Good game.
Do you want to pick this one?
We could- Yeah, we could pick that one.
Because Man United Wolves is another one that I thought, and Spurs City.
Yeah, definitely. I like that. I like that as our
Palace,
picks.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Lead us off,
yeah, you're going to make me
brother.
go first. Palace has not been playing quite as well lately, drawing, 3 out of their last 5. Sheffield is just doing Sheffield things. I'm going to go back to the score I picked the last time Sheffield played because it's been a common score for them. I'm going to hope that we see it. 1-0 Sheffield United on the road at Palace. Again, our Palace DC brethren, I'm not picking you. Maybe you'll actually win because I'm not picking you.
Sheffield on the road, which they have been pretty good on the road.
Yeah.
And Palace actually hasn't been that great at home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out my draw card. Sheffield's been doing a lot of 1-goal games, and Palace might get a random goal. I don't see this being very high scoring though. So yeah, I'll go with the 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw.
I'll be safe.
So the way things have been going for me lately, Sheffield will be up 1-0 for about 84 minutes.
Bingo.
And then Jordan Ayew or somebody's going to tie it up, and you're going to get
Connor
4
Wickham.
points. Yeah.
Connor Wickham.
Yeah, I'm going to get a text Saturday at about noon.
Say up yours. Yeah, 10 o'clock. We got Liverpool, Southampton.
Could this be the first Liverpool hiccup?
No.
Danny Ings.
I can't even tease
Danny Ings
our-
against his old
our
club.
followers here. I can't.
He almost did it already this year.
I know.
They were in that game, and he was a big part of it.
But no.
Liverpool at home.
Yeah, I don't think Ralphie and the boys can get it done.
Southampton's been hot, but I don't think they're that hot.
They're not stopping the train.
No. Not even a draw, right?
No,
No.
I don't think so. I think Liverpool's going to be a little upset that they left that. Again, Shrewsbury pissed them off.
Yeah. They're going to have to stomp Southampton, and then they can play some backups again against Shrewsbury is what's going to happen. But I don't know. Southampton has definitely surprised me this year and over the last, month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah. And Liverpool really hasn't been, like I've been saying for the past month, they've, haven't been exactly beating the hell out of teams.
No, they're just beating
They
everybody. though.
yeah, they get it done. They find ways to win.
Yeah. Especially in Prem games.
Mm-hmm. What else we got? We got Newcastle and Norwich, which is another one that I would never touch in a million years.
Oh, no. If I had to – this is not one to bet.
Even though Norwich is sitting in the basement with 17 points.
Yeah, Newcastle's one of those teams that tends to play
six,
down to their competition. They play up to their competition as well, and they've had some big wins and big draws this year. But
I don't know. Norwich rotated that side too
Yeah,
in the FA Cup. Gave Toddy rested. Pookie came in.
and Norwich got their win.
Yeah.
Newcastle is going to be facing another game against Oxford
That's
3
true.
days after this.
They got to go to Oxford.
Yeah, so Newcastle's got to do some tweaking in their lineup, and that could always be in favor of Norwich. So I'm glad, again, we're not touching this one.
I would not at all.
No. Watford-Everton.
That's another one that I was like, should we pick this?
It could have been pickable.
But
They both turned it around recently.
yeah, then Watford, losing to Tranmere.
I know.
It's kind of weird. Even
But
though it wasn't their starters.
It was not their starters at all. I think we talked about them favoring just trying to stay afloat
Right.
and stay up in the Prem because
Again,
now
goes to our poll question. Do they were favoring to stay up rather than winning or maybe advancing a round, maybe
yeah,
in a tournament.
they're gonna have a chance in to stay alive in the Prem. Just looking at the table again, because
I think with the manager, yeah,
yeah, Nigel
but
late push for manager of the year.
I think Ancelotti wouldn't. I can't see his team losing to a Watford team.
On the road though, this is probably drawable. Our old draw kings.
Because Calvert-Lewin's been playing well under Ancelotti. I could see him coming out and scoring again.
Yeah, probably.
And
Troy.
Everton, they didn't play this past week because they were obviously knocked out by Liverpool.
Deeney's been on fire though. And they're home.
Yeah, Troy has. I don't know. I just don't see an Ancelotti team losing.
I wouldn't want to touch this game at all.
It's a couple untouchables here.
Yeah.
Well, because this damn league, you just don't know.
Yeah, you really don't.
But I don't know.
I mean,
I
Watford's
think
beating Wolves now.
it'd be crazy to think that Everton can actually get a win on the road, I guess. If Watford wins, I mean, they're back fully.
Yeah, especially considering West Ham's probably going to lose tomorrow, and they're both at 20. They're at 23 points. Them, Bournemouth, and West Ham are all at 23. With
Yeah.
Norwich sitting
It's,
at 17.
That West Ham is looking mighty tough.
Yeah, man.
What else we got? Oh, speaking of that, the Hammers. West Ham hosts Brighton. This is their chance.
This is their chance, but this is another good chance for Brighton to.
This is big. It's
Yeah.
a 6-point game. Another one kind of battling that relegation. a win for either of those teams is huge
I would love to see a draw.
because that separates both teams from the top-bottom.
Based off of my picks and the 3 that I had going down, a draw for me in this game would be beautiful
Right.
because I have both of them ending up faltering and going down with Norwich in our last pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this would be another draw game as well.
Yeah. It's perfect for how I saw the rest of the season panning out, so we'll see how that goes. But
Yeah. The main game on Saturday, we got Manchester United hosting the Wolves.
that should be a hell of a game.
Yes.
Wolves have been hot again, finding ways to win late.
Yeah, that
Coming
Southampton
back.
game, they were down 2 and kind of
Yeah.
came back and beat.
Raul Jimenez back on fire, back on the score sheet. So
And United, obviously, without Marcus Rashford, can they get scoring from somebody else? I guess that's the big question heading into this one.
well, we've both blown our draw cards
I know.
with the Draw Kings in our pick. That was ballsy of both of us because this game has draw written all over it too.
It does.
It really does. So you pick first.
I know. I would have almost said like 2-1, but I feel like United's going to grab one, at least one, maybe like Mason Greenwood. But yeah, I got to go. I'm going to say 2-1 Wolves on the road. Yeah, ballsy.
And just for disparity, I'll flip-flop it. I'll take United at home 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Same score.
I like it.
We both don't have a draw card. Just for anybody who's new to our show, our picks are our picks, but something that we do is we'll never pick the same exact pick
Right.
because we are competing each other for points, and we only pick one draw out of our 4 each. So when we call it a draw card, you can't just pick all 4 games as a draw to be safe. Even though you might think that's the score, we try to make it a little bit more challenging.
Got it.
By doing so we've both blown our draw cards.
Yeah. We have. Burnley Arsenal, 9 on Sunday. It's a winnable for Arsenal.
I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say it. They should absolutely win this game. They should go on the road to Burnley and win, without a doubt.
They've been playing better, so I would assume that
They've been playing better.
they should go in there
They'll probably tie it.
to turf more.
They'll probably tie it because that's what they do. But
Draw Prince.
yeah,
But yeah, I guess the last game on Sunday we got Spurs in Manchester City.
yes,
What say you?
3-1 City.
Oh, wait.
Fuck Spurs. that one was easy. I didn't even have to wait on that one. I only gave him a goal just because City's defense. Although Laporte's back, so
I'll say 2-0 City.
okay. Anybody on notice? Just throwing it out to number 8/number 24
Yeah,
there.
that's a good yellow for me
And,
as well.
Yeah, we are. Yes. And I will pull a red card. My red card goes to all the jackasses out there that the day this tragedy happened start pulling up shit from Colorado 15 plus years ago and are posting that on social media immediately.
Yeah.
That was uncalled for and no needed. So those people get my red card. Trying to attack a man's character who's been nothing but great and made one life mistake.
That's
so.
a big fuck you.
Yeah, so all those assholes that felt the need to do that, you get my red card. I
Yeah.
did have one.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, another jam-packed show
yeah,
for
man,
us.
I love it.
Again,
I'm happy to have the Prem come back again.
yes, we are. But again, yeah, our prayers go out to Kobe and his family. Obviously, it's
And all the fams.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
shows for him.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so we'll be back next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Talking some week 25. Any other transfers that happened before Thursday and on Thursday?
Hell yeah.
We will see you guys next week.
Later.